everybody, welcome to Tech 150, Electronic Circuits and Devices. My name is Professor Randy Gallant, and I will be taking care of the course for the first half of the semester. So the first 6 weeks before midterm, that will be all on me. And then it will be taken over by Jordan and Emil for the second half of the course. So, for those of you who don't know me, again, my name is Professor Randy Gallant. Most students around the college refer to me as Mr. G, so we'll be using that. I'll sign off everything as Mr. G, Mr. G, Mr. G. So if you want to refer to me as Mr. G, by all means, please do so. So I'm coming to you today from my basement studio. This is where I do a lot of my work. I'm a musician, so this is where I make a lot of my music and things like that as well. So this is kind of where I hang out in my house. So, what you need to know, this video is basically just a little get to know the course, how to maneuver around things, what you need, all that kind of stuff before you get started. So, the main communication porthole is obviously our Blackboard course. The course itself is already up and running. Material is there. It will appear week by week as you need it. I will be communicating to you through Blackboard. If you need to get in touch with me, there's a number of ways to do so. The best way is through email. My email is in the first announcement on Blackboard, so you can get me through there. That's randy.gallant@humber.ca. We are all going to be using discussion groups, the course messages system that is in Blackboard, and I will be posting announcements on the announcements board regularly. So make sure that you check the announcement boards for all things that are due, things that are coming up, quizzes, tests. Everything is going to be put up onto the announcement board, so reminders, things like that. So, getting started is where you need to go. So the very first thing you should do is go to the Getting Started section of our course on Blackboard. In that section you're going to find a bunch of things that are important to you. One is going to be the course outline. I suggest you download the course outline and read through it. Another thing that's very, very important is the critical path. Critical path is going to lay out what you're going to be responsible for and what we're going to be doing week by week. It also lays out things like marking and where to find things to read in the textbook. And I'll get to the textbook in a minute. There's also things in getting started like academic integrity. So rules based by the college through their academic council, what is involved with academic integrity. Make sure you do not cheat, don't get caught cheating. It's very, very poor on your education. It goes into your record and could cause you to be kicked out of the college. So it's very, very important. Read through your academic integrity. There is a document there. There are also other documents on the Getting Started section that you should spend a few minutes browsing through, read them, become familiar. Learning material. So learning material is another section on the left-hand side of the Blackboard site. This is where all of our stuff is going to be posted for our classes. So in learning material, if you click on the learning material window, you're going to be brought to different folders. So there are weekly folders that are going to pop up. First one is already there. It's called week number 1. Inside that folder you're going to find things like weekly readings from the textbook, the labs. Okay, so every week we're doing a lab. There are 11 labs in this course. Every week you're going to be doing a lab. So the lab description is there. As well as there's a PowerPoint summary for the week's lessons. There are things like videos that myself and my partner Brandine, who is doing the other half of your course, so there's too many students for one of us to handle, so it's been divided into 2 groups. I have one group and Brandine McDonald has the other group. So between myself and Brandine, we have created some videos to help you along. So those videos, links to those videos are going to be posted in the weekly folders. The reading for the textbook. So our textbook for the full course is Electronic Devices by Floyd. It's the 10th edition, so this is the official book for the course. What you're going to find is every week, there is a document that is posted in our weekly folder that says readings, so text readings. It will point you to the chapters and the topics in the textbook that you need to be aware of, so things that you should be reading on a weekly basis. There are also things like questions and answers and all kinds of stuff, practice quizzes in the textbook, so I recommend that you get this textbook. Where the textbook? Where is it? You can find it online. If you go to the course outline, under course resources, there is an ISBN number that'll lead you to the textbook. Now, officially, it is the 10th version of the textbook we are using. If you come across the 9th version of the textbook, that is fine as well. The only difference is the 9th textbook, the pages might be slightly different, so just be aware of that. In the first week, we're going to be looking at AC, an introductory into the AC waveform, and an introductory into transformers. The material for that, the reading, has come out of this book. So this is the Principles of Electric Circuits book that you have been using for Tech 101. You will now be using it for Tech 156 as well, so you should have this book already. So we're going to be taking 2 chapters out of this book for the first week's material. So if you're doing your readings, in this textbook is where you're going to find it. Okay, so for week number 1, and then we move to the other textbook for the remainder of the course. Every week we're going to be doing labs. The labs, some of them are demonstration labs, but the majority of them you're going to be using multi-sim as your software. So it's a simulation software package that allows you to simulate circuits and test equipment and things like that. So every week a lab will pop up in the weekly folder. You have 1 week to complete that lab and to submit it. Where it gets submitted is in the assignments folder. So if you go to the assignments link, you will see that there is a pop-up for lab number 1 already there. What you're going to be doing is once you complete the lab, you are going to submit that document through the assignment submission portal. So on Blackboard, under assignments, there'll be a weekly lab number 1, lab number 2, etc. They all have due dates. So again, you have 1 week. So every lab for this class is due by Monday at midnight. At Monday at midnight, the link disappears and you will not be able to submit your labs. We're not taking any late labs. So you have a week. So that means that our class, our theoretical time for our labs are Tuesday mornings. So that means you've got from Tuesday morning till the following Monday at midnight to do the lab, prepare the document, and submit it. So every week there is a lab that is due, except for when we're doing midterms and the final exam. So there are 11 labs in this course. Each lab is worth 2%. So make sure you actually get it. One of the other things that you need to do is in the learning materials section, there's a link there for marking breakdown. So the marking breakdown will give you an idea of what each assignment is worth. Okay, so there are 11 labs, there are 2 lab quizzes, there are 2 tests, there are 2 assignments. So the complete breakdown for the course is available already on Blackboard. It lets you know what week things are due. Again, as we move through the course, I'll be providing links or an announcement on Blackboard to what is due and when it is due. So again, the software. Software you're going to require is Multisim version number 14. There's a number of ways to get it. I have put a page up on the by the Learning Materials link, and it's called Software Options. So if you look at the software options, there are 3 of them that are there posted. The first one is you can download the academic version of the software, and a Humber license number has been provided for you. That license will expire the 3rd week of June. We will be getting a new license somewhere around that time and provide that new serial number to you. Humber gets its licenses on a yearly basis, and this particular license expires in June. So just kind of watch out for it. You will be sent a message or an announcement of where or what the new license is. So that all you have to do is replace your old serial number with the new serial number, and everything should carry on. Humber also provides Multisim 14 in their app stream. So this is a new service at the college. It allows us to provide you with software that is streamed right from our servers. So it's nothing downloaded on your machine. You actually go into this application, log in using your Humber ID, and then you can stream the software. So you can do your labs this way. The third option is from the National Instruments website, who produces Multisim. There is a student download for demo purposes. I believe it expires in 30 days or 90 days. I'm not 100% sure, but it will expire. Okay, so just be aware. So there are 3 options there. You can get these options again from the software options document that I have provided on Blackboard for you. So we've got weekly folders that are going to pop up under Learning Material. And under Learning Material, week number 1 is already there. You're going to open up those folders. There will be reading material. There'll be PowerPoint presentations. There's going to be videos. There's going to be as much stuff as I can get into a weekly course. There's going to be your labs. Okay, so the labs, some labs come with videos that you have to watch in order to get some of the information. All that stuff is going to be posted in the weekly folders. So the weekly folders is very, very important you follow along. Okay, so one by one every week a new folder is going to pop up with your tasks, if you will, for each week of this course. The course is 13 weeks long. We have 6 weeks. The first 6 weeks going to be handled by myself. At week number 6, there will be a midterm exam. We'll talk about that as we get closer to it. And then week number 13 will be your final exam, and your final exam will be handled by Emil. So every week, you're going to check out your weekly folder. You're going to watch for announcements. I'm going to make announcements for reminders on things when things are due, things you have to look at, all that kind of stuff. Now, one of the last things I want to talk about is, and I'll post it in announcements when it's going to happen, but we're going to have live sessions. So the software in Blackboard, there's a software link off to the side that allows us to live communicate. So it's kind of like a live chat window. It allows me to share my screen with you. We can do examples, we can talk, we can do whatever. So throughout the course, there's going to be live sessions that happen. You will be sent announcements saying that a live session is going to happen during our Monday class. So our class, our theory time is Mondays afternoons, and then our lab times are Tuesdays. So normally it'll be in one of those windows where we will actually do our live chat. But I will send announcements and let you know so you can actually find where it is and at what time and what's going to be covered and all that kind of stuff so we can all take part. The worry is because we're online and we don't get to see face to face, we don't want you to get left behind. So it's very important that you communicate with me as soon as you find that there's any kind of issues, so that we can see how quickly we can get things resolved and keep on track. Again, you have things to do for this course every week. You're going to have things for your other courses every week. You need to get in the habit of doing your course material as it comes out. So do it week by week, as if you were going to class. Don't try and cram everything in the last week, because the porthole is going to be closed for things like assignments and labs. Everything has due dates. So it's very important that you make sure that you meet those due dates. Okay? I am available. I check my email all the time on weekends. I check it in the evenings. I check it throughout the day. The fastest way to get me is through my Humber email. I do also check the discussion groups that we'll have. I also check the course messaging system in Blackboard. But the best way to get in touch with me quickly is through my email. And again, the email is in the very first announcement that has already been put up on Blackboard. So it's randy.golant@humber.ca. So again, welcome to the course. The course again is Tech 150, Electronic Circuits or Devices and Circuits. It's a great course. Going to learn a lot of stuff in this course, all about transistors and diodes and some amplifier circuits. It is a really, really good course. We hope you enjoy it. It's going to be difficult because, again, we are at such a distance. Follow along. If you figure that you are falling behind or have any issues, please reach out and reach out early, so that we have time to resolve and get you back on track. All right? So, again, I'm Mr. G with my partners, Brandine McDonald. Emil and Jordan will be in the second half of the course, and they are going to introduce themselves as we get closer, so you'll get contact information for them when they take over in week number 7. But up until that time, you're stuck with me. So, have a good semester. Good luck to everybody. Keep in touch, and we'll see you online.